Dr. Seuss.
Well, obviously, he's a racist.
Yeah, I just assumed, again, as I said, I assumed he was just a madman.
Well, I thought he was a lunatic.
Like, probably.
Wasn't he actually insane?
I don't know. I didn't look up that much about him. I just always assumed he was crazy because the stuff he writes is kind of crazy.
Oh, very crazy.
And so, like, what? I'm just trying to understand the racial undertones of it.
Well,
like,
the racial undertones are because of the 2,240 humanoid characters in all of his books. Only 45 of them are colored.
yeah, that's a very small amount, but it could have been.
And 43 of them are depicted as Asian stereotypical.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
And
understand.
anti-black.
I'm trying to understand.
Also, the colored people were mostly men.
I'm also just trying to understand.
So he's also a sexist.
What were they doing?
I don't know. It didn't show.
Yeah, that's what exactly.
I read the article. It didn't talk about it. It just said they were. They
I want
they
to see.
are this way.
I want to see depictions of what they were doing that made them racist, or that made them stereotypically black
Racial
or
undertones. Undertones. So they weren't outright racist depictions. They were undertones. It's like saying dog whistles or microaggressions.
To dogs?
No, dog whistling.
Cat howling?
No, you know what the freaking the racists out there. No, the racists out there. And what I mean by the racists out there is the people who say that there's racist stuff everywhere. Those are the racists.
Dude, they are the true racists. I'm sorry. If you think racism is literally everywhere, you've been living in a crazy world. In like a really crazy world. Granted, there is racism still in the world.
No,
It's
totally.
just, but like everywhere you look, it's racist. That's a you problem.
Exactly.
Really what it comes down
those
to.
kind of people say that there's dog whistles, and what a dog whistle is when someone says something that only racists would know what it actually means. Like saying, let's see, what was one of the most recent ones? J.K. Rowling. She said something about talking to trans and homosexuals, where it's like sleep with whomever you'd like, whoever will have you. Be yourself, blah, blah, blah. And then, because I don't remember exactly what word it was, but then it was like, that's transphobic because it's not a choice. Because she said something about
Sleep with whoever will have you.
yeah. And it's like, you're a racist, you're a sexist, you're a homophobe. It's like, whoa, what's happening here? We're like, because it's dog whistle.
Really, what it comes
pull up
down
the
to
actual
is
quote.
everyone now needs a PR rep.
No, it's
everyone should have
words.
everyone should have a PR rep, because otherwise, if you as a human being speak out of turn.
Out of turn?
Yeah.
Out of turn? What would that? Are you sure?
Like,
That's what you mean?
in the sense of that's why I feel like maybe term, where it's like,
You use the wrong word.
yeah.
But see, that's the thing. Why is it okay to say that that's now the wrong word?
It shouldn't be, but you know what? At this point, we all need a PR rep. Because
I'll just keep saying whatever I want, and if people are offended by it, they can be offended by it.
until it takes you to jail, and then you get to say whatever you want in jail, because you know what? Those
I'm already
guys
in jail.
Probably don't care.
Yeah. Ooh,
And
gotta
yes,
watch
I'm gonna
out.
be sexist. Most people in jail are males.
Yeah, that's true. It's what, 89%, something like that. It's a really high number. It's mostly men.
Yeah,
The most people
because
in
we
jail
are
are
super
men,
aggressive,
and most of the homeless people are men.
We're rapists and we're monsters.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a monster.
I have a song for you.
The thing is, so dog whistles are those things, and then microaggressions are basically the same thing, but like a microaggression would be
A dog whistle's a dog whistle. It's what I blow for my dog to come over here.
right, but there's another definition for it.
Yeah, it's
when a
dog.
racist says stuff.
That another racist understands.
Only other racists can understand it.
Then how are they understanding
Exactly, because they say it's the dog whistle. I'm like, so you're the racist.
it? Yeah. So what you're telling me is you are racist.
Because it's saying, so there's a thing that only you can hear, or that only racists can hear, that's coming out of this guy's mouth, and you hear it, I think you're a racist.
So
on your own
it's
definition.
an undertone noise.
On your own definition, you're now a racist.
Undertone understanding of what that person said.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, I am the least racist person I know, because, man, I've heard a lot of things, and then some of my friends have been like, you know that's racist? I'm like, really?
Exactly. But no, I think that's how it should be, because it's like, I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
It's not in my mind, so I don't hear.
Also, it's just a random person I probably will never meet again.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do.
F 'em. And then microaggressions, though. Microaggressions are something like if you walk into like Starbucks or something, and the barista didn't see who walked in first, and you're not like really standing in line, and then they are like, hey, this non-black person, I'm gonna take your order first. So it can only be a microaggression if you already think that it's, you know what I mean? Like, you have to think that it's racist that they picked the person over you, and it's like, that's a microaggression. What are we looking at?
What? Oh, I just always am looking at random things. Sorry.
But it's stuff like that where it's like you can't prove it.
Yeah. So
You're just saying it's a microaggression because clearly they showed
favoritism towards someone else.
Yeah, and it's like, well, what if but there's so many things that go into play there, and what if they're just a step closer, or what if they're closer to where the line normally begins, or anything.
What if you're out of line?
Yeah.
And you just didn't realize you were out of line, but now you're like, they didn't notice me standing out of line. Like, it just sounds like you're really bad at being in a line.
There's a lot of things, and I'm sure that if
I get what you're saying.
if certain people saw my explanation for what it is, they'd be like, you're really selling this short. There's more of a problem with it, blah blah blah, and they could give you better examples.
It's probably more detailed. And the thing is, I feel like if I can't explain it to a child, then it's overthinking.
Okay.
You're overthinking it.
Okay.
If you can't sell whatever the freaking crap you're telling me to a child, you're overthinking it. But if you can, then okay, I'll understand it. I might not get behind it because I don't get behind a lot of the nonsense that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, us having 72 gingers. I'm like, okay, you want to classify yourself as whatever. That's cool. It's on
I'm
you.
an attack helicopter.
Yeah, whatever. That's on you. I don't feel like me saying that is a microaggression. It's me not giving a crap what you decide you're going to call yourself.
But now you're oppressing the person.
Because I don't care?
Yes.
I should care about what the other person wants to do?
Absolutely. That's what the whole thing's about, is you better freaking care, otherwise you're oppressing me.
I don't. No, it's not.
It's stupid.
You should not care what I'm doing. I should not care what you're doing. As long as we're
Right.
not actually oppressing each other, live your life, man.
Yeah.
Like, you being gay, walking to another gay guy, and
You walk into it.
another gay guy. Like, walk to the guy, talk to them, and have a conversation. You guys get together, do your thing. I'm not gonna care. You know why? I'm not gay. You found love. Cool for you, man. Moving on with my life.
Yeah.
But
People do whatever the crap they want.
that being said, I've started noticing people also get really uncomfortable about heterosexual intimacy versus
Well, I think everyone should stop doing public displays of affection.
Oh, I agree with you.
Everyone.
It's
I don't
so
care
awkward.
what
it's so
the crap.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's so uncomfortable.
I don't want to see two straight people kissing. I don't want to see two gay people kissing. Get a room.
Yeah.
Both of you. Everybody. Just get a room and then
I'm even down for the
keep it out of the public space.
I'm even down for like the old school. Don't hold hands, all right?
Oh, really?
Get out of here.
Go that far?
Get out of here.
Don't
Both
you
of
dare even hold hands.
Like, you want to show any sort of form of affection, go somewhere else. Out of public eye, all right? Get out of here. Like, I just don't want to see it. I don't care what you're doing.
I'm not upset with hand holding.
I just, like, okay.
But
so,
some hugging can get really intense.
hugging can be weird, dude, but I also don't like being hugged. So, like, for me, a lot of intimacy and, like, affection is awkward. It's just straight awkward.
That mud she got on you.
Right.
Anyways.
But then,
Yeah.
but because of that, I've actually said that to someone, and they're like, sounds like you're repressed. And I'm like, I mean, possibly. I mean, there's a possibility behind that, whatever. But,
Like that you're repressing emotion?
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
It probably is. But also, I just don't enjoy the act of these things.
I think the problem is if it was unhealthy. I don't think not liking hugging is unhealthy.
No, I just don't like being touched. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't think that's unhealthy. I mean, if it got extreme to the point that if someone tries to, like, tap you on the shoulder, and you're like, oh God, no, don't touch me. Then you'd be like, James, we need to work on something here.
I mean, I punched somebody, but that's because they scared me.
That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very different.
Like, there's a little difference. But I mean, the thing is, affection.
Isn't that great?
Like,
Fight or flight kicks in because you're scared, and your reaction is just punch it in the face.
yeah, I like my fight or flight.
It's good. You got a good reaction.
Because, like, people coming up behind you and doing stuff is freaking weird, man.
Absolutely. under
You should
all
always
circumstances.
make yourself known, all right? Unless you're a weird, creepy person, then you should just go to jail for the weird, creepy things you're doing. You should always make yourself known. Like, you walk up behind somebody, you should be like, hey, just let you know I'm here, all right? But like, no, I mean, I guess there's a limit. Like, don't go down the street of New York yelling that behind every person you're walking by.
Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm right here. Dude, shut up.
Right? Then they just might look at you like you're crazy.
You might get punched for that.
Dude, oh my god, imagine just doing I want to see that skit now. Just someone walking down the street. Hey, I'm here. Hey, I'm here. It's like, oh god, shut the crap up, dude.
You're obnoxious.
Alright, this wind on off thing is obnoxious. And I don't have the light jacket. I told you it's light jacket weather.
It is light jacket weather.
And this is like
This is honestly a little too thick. But
oh my god.
It was with a quick look through my closet. This was the first one I found that was thin. I have others though.
I have a really thin one, but I don't know where it's at. I don't know where half my jackets are.
Hey, so how about the fact that they're trying to pass a bill that makes it on the federal level? You would make the age of consent 8.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Oh, you're against that?
Yeah.
You transphobe?
Nope. I'm against you fucking an 8-year-old.
Sounds like a transphobe.
I'm totally against people having sex with children, because that's weird.
We're not talking about having sex with children. We're talking about an 8-year-old being old enough to make the decision that they want to change their sex or gender or whatever.
Yeah, but if you title
through surgery.
If you title it age of consent, which is 18
16 in some places.
16 in some places, but primarily 18 to do whatever you want with your body. Mm-hmm. That's the rule.
Is the age of consent being changed to 21 because you can't smoke cigarettes unless you're 21 now?
Essentially.
Right.
You have 2 ages of consent. You have 18 where you can do whatever.
Where you can join the military and die.
Yeah, but you can't smoke a cigarette or drink.
Don't you dare. We'll send you right to jail.
Dude, if they did, that'd be crazy.
Isn't it?
No, I just think you get in trouble for it. I don't think you go to jail.
There has to be a punishment, so what, a fine?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, and you don't pay the fine.
Yeah,
now you go to jail.
If you don't pay the fine, yeah, you're gonna go to jail. But
okay, so they're threatening to send you to jail unless you pay them.
Exactly. I was like, there's a stipulation.
To me, it's basically the same thing.
It's not though, because if you pay the fine, you're not going to jail.
Because look, if I get a ticket for speeding, I'm not like, oh man, I gotta pay this money. I'm like, crap, they're gonna send me to jail if I don't pay this money and revoke my license and blah blah blah. Like, there's a bigger threat than the money.
There is a bigger threat, yeah. But that's the whole thing, right? It's like you have a fine for it. It's like littering, right? You can go. It's like there's one where it's like we can prosecute you up to like $5,000 or go to prison. And it's like, excuse me, which is not why I don't litter. I don't litter because I hate it.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, all right, now.
Is it littering if it's in my yard?
Technically, yes.
What? It's my property.
Who cares? If your yard gets overcrowded, they will send the city.
Tell you what, I know some houses that probably need to be condemned.
Oh, there's plenty of them.
Dude, there's a few. There's a few that I've seen recently where I'm like, how can you live here?
Where you walk
How
in?
can you accept it? I'm talking about outside. Who knows what it's like inside? But if outside is overflowing with garbage,
that means the inside's
the
worse.
inside's overflowing with garbage.
Dude, we went to one house where we were doing their job and stepped in like cat poo. They had like a ton of cats. It was really terrible.
I don't. What happens if my phone dies while we're recording? Will it save?
I don't